All right, it is time. This is the Infinite Investment Game. I talk about alternative investments, and also I talk about different markets, not just the stock market, but any other market outside of that. And I'm continuing on collectibles and specifically sports cards. This is going to be very interesting just because I'm pretty tired, but I want to go into what you should probably be doing right now. Um, a lot of people probably aren't going to be doing this. There's some people who are doing it, but I think there are a lot of people who are still trying to figure their life out. But when it comes to if you've been investing in sports cards, I don't care if it's baseball, basketball, football, soccer, whatever. If they're a modern player, meaning, and people just say ultra modern, so like 18, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. And that stuff is going down. Like, of course, yes, but modern is going to go down. Also, I think a lot of vintage is going to go down too, except the top of vintage. I think now is the time to really be looking at selling. I think 2022 is the time to pretty much sell and get rid of whatever you can get rid of from the market, because I think things are going to get worse by 2023 and 2024. Macroeconomic factors, there's multiple things driving a recession, not just the raise of interest rates, not just, the lack of productivity because of COVID, and, the huge financial debt crisis that the United States is in, and us losing a lot of privileges from having a strong currency because of so much debt. And also, you're having a massive portion of the population that's retiring, that's going to be taking money out of the system and putting it in. And we're going to have possible more conflicts similar to January 6th or some other time period. So that's some things that'll be affected. So I would say it's like investing in sports cars during the Great Depression, probably during World War II, where you're going to have like a slow grind, and things are going to steadily go down. There will be a little upticks, but then it's going to go down more. We saw this in 2021. Actually, I'm not going to, you can check in my channel. I have a one video where I talked about why the market is collapsing. I was pretty accurate. I only got 6.5 thousand views, but I think it's very, very helpful. So that's important. But on the flip side, now should be selling, because the bottom of the market is not now. The bottom of the market is 2023, 2024. And honestly, it could last longer, and there could be other things slipping through the cracks. There's still always going to be a market for cars and things, but cars are a luxury. And I think the economic situation really hasn't hit people yet. And I think there are going to be some other crises, like a possible credit card crisis. I even think a lot of people who are in sports cars are still trying to like flip and do this stuff, and they're just trying to put more money in a credit card. And they refuse to sell because everything they got was rare or really nice, or they really believe in a person. When 9 times out of 10 they're probably wrong, especially if the player's still playing. The only right would be maybe they're doing a Lebron James or something like that. So that's something to keep in mind, and I don't think a lot of people keep in mind at all. Another thing that bothers me is that a lot of people have been talking about they're going to buy and hold, and if you don't sell, you don't lose money and all this other crap. Listen, if you have bad investments, like AKA, I don't care how good Jordan Poole looks like, unless he's going to be one of the top 3 guys in the past decade, it's not a good investment, to be honest with you. Like, unless they're going to do something extraordinary after the NBA. Because a lot of these guys, their talent really doesn't justify their means. As a matter of fact, Luka Doncic, 2018 Panini Prism Silver PSA 10, was selling for $3,000. Um, that's the same price as Dwayne Wade's Topps Chrome Refractor, and it's much less pop. Even for Dwayne Wade cards, it's much less that were sent out. And he played in a bigger market. I mean, he played in Chicago. He also played in he played for a few places, but he played in Miami. I guess he played with Cleveland with LeBron for a stint, but he's part of the best, one of the best draft classes ever. And he is, it's only $3,000 for his card. That doesn't make any sense. Luka's still overinflated with a person who doesn't have an MVP. He could, get a championship this year, but I don't think so. It'd be less likely for that to happen. His pop counts for silver is still pretty high, and then you still have hollows, optic, select silvers, and a bunch of other mid-tier stuff, and then you got all the high-end stuff. So, and all these parallels and things such as that. The other thing is that I think people think LeBron James, Topps Chrome, and stuff like that is a good investment. It's not. It's just too many of them, especially in a down market. And it's going to be cooling off, and it's going to be cooling off for a while. So now is time to sell. You can hold. There's certain things I probably would hold. If you have like 1961 Fleer, Oscar Robinson, Jerry West. If you have 1969 Topps, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 1961 Fleer, Wilt Chamberlain type cards. Yeah, I mean, you can hold. But if it's something that's pretty much 10x or more in the past year or couple years, expect it to go down. There's a lot of market manipulation. There's a lot of people, even Vegas Dave talked about it, probably because he was part of it. So he would probably know. He probably knows what's going on. And a lot of newbies in the hobby don't know. They don't really understand the market manipulation in the secondary market as much. The same happened in soccer cards, especially with the 2014 Panini Prism cards. Expect that to happen. Expect soccer to actually tank pretty hard. And I think most of that soccer stuff people need to be selling. Even the main Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi rookie cards are gonna, I think they're gonna tank. I think they're gonna tank, especially the main card for especially BGS 9. If there's SGC 9s too, it's gonna tank as well. I don't know really what to tell people because I have some Messi stuff and I have some Ronaldo stuff, and you can hold long term. But if you can get it back like a BGS 9, it's probably best to sell now and not wait to the World Cup. If you're trying to wait to the World Cup, you're probably going to get punched in the face and you're going to take heavy losses. And I think there is going to be a trap. I don't know if it's a bear trap. I think it's a bull trap. And they think, oh, the market's going back up and they're going to get hammered. That's probably going to happen to most people, unfortunately. And if it's not serial numbered and like low serial numbered, you probably shouldn't be investing in it. If it's after the year 2016 or after, it's probably a bad investment. And it's still gambling, to be honest with you. Giannis is least risky, but he's still a bit of a gamble because this could be all he does in his career, which still is extremely impressive. But he goes from maybe becoming from top 30 all time to, from going from top 5 all time to in the top 30 debating, so which is a huge jump. And I mentioned Dwayne Wade, and people don't care about Dwayne Wade refractors as much. We're about to see Kevin Durant refractors continue to hit lows, probably until like he was pretty much hurt, I would say. So you're gonna see retractions in that. It'd be nice. You can get you a Topps Chrome refractor, Kevin Durant, but I doubt his car's gonna be close to, $200,000 or $100,000. I doubt that. So yeah, I think the losers in all this are gonna be holding, and they're not gonna sell, especially if it's high population cards. And there's a bunch of different types of cards printed for that player for their rookie year. And I just think people are not going to be successful. So Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think and what I should talk about next.